Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the AMBT. It's a Tier 8 American Premium Medium Tank. It's located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of Photobomber. Now, we've seen him before, but he actually had a different name at that time. I think he was known as Cone of Arc. Game on. Well, this is a tank that was actually developed by Captain Timothy R. O'Neill at Fort Knox. He was a project officer for the Army Armour and Engineering School, and it was supposed to be a development of a tank to counter the ATGW threat, the anti-tank guided weapon threat. So they tried to build a tank similar in many ways to the Leopard, but with less armour and an auto reloader. It's got a 105mm gun capable of 360 alpha, and with standard rounds it'll penetrate 215mm of armour. But you can see Photobomber's loaded nothing but APCR, which has got 278mm of pen. Okay, well, standard configuration, light tank out front. Having a look, it's the ELC, and there's the enemy light tank. It's a Black Dog. One shot goes in. Oh, he got a fire! Oh, and he set light to that Black Dog and he got the kill. Second kill of the game, but it's definitely his. Now, the trick with this game on this map is actually to try and get the light tanks to move as far south as they can, so they can spot all the enemy and then we can get the shots in. But unfortunately, we just lost one of our light tanks, a Wizzy 132, who got spotted out in the open. And SU-130 PM goes down on the enemy team. There's their light tank, the ELC, and one shot. Oh, that's excellent. So he's got his second kill of the game by taking out one of the enemy lights. Now, what we really need to do is push the light tank further south so they can get spots, and then the tank destroyers can take care of the enemy. But at the moment, unfortunately, things are not going so well because our team have kind of stalled, and they're not wanting to go any further south because there's a couple of enemy tanks in the center, a TNH 105-1000 and another AMBT, who are preventing our guys from moving south. The other enemy tanks over on the far side near the railway line are a TNH 105-1000. In fact, there's two of them, and they're shooting up at our BZ-176, who's trying to get up the hill towards the enemy tanks over there. You can see that Photobomber, instead of actually sitting where he is, he should be trying to get further south. Should be trying to move south through these bushes, but he's got tank destroyers in the way at the moment. They're kind of blocking his path, making it difficult for him to move up. The AMX 65 tons got the right idea. Just push. These guys are just blocking. And unfortunately, Photobomber's he's not playing it right. He should be pushing as well. That's better. Go round them. If they can't get out the way, go round them. Push up. You see, these guys have stopped to take pot shots at the enemy tanks further down the line. What they should be doing is following the LT-432. He's done the right thing. He's actually gone further south. So long as you're over this side of the ridgeline on this part of the map, the enemy tanks in the center can't hit you because you are in a dip. You don't want to get spotted by the enemy, but equally you need to move further south. A, so you can get at the enemy tanks down the far end, and B, so you can actually start shooting at the enemy tanks near the center when you get far enough south. And now the SMV CC-67 just got hit, so he's been spotted by the enemy team and he's being plastered. So we need to move, and we need to move now and keep going south like the TNH is doing. Use the bushes to the right. Don't stay near the center line. I know you're tempted to shoot at those guys over there, but don't. You may get one or two shots in like that. Got a high roll there. But he's been spotted now, you see. You got spotted, and that now tells the enemy where you are. And he's had to dip down below the ridgeline, and he's lost 187 hit points to the enemy Arty. So tactically, that was a mistake to shoot on the enemy tanks. And instead, he's now going in reverse. He should be going as fast as he can, as far south as he can, to match the LT-432, who's obviously down the far end. That's better. Follow those guys. We're one up on the enemy at the moment. The LT-432 just got hit again, and he's stopped to take pot shots at these guys in the center, and he shouldn't be doing that. He should be going further south. Now, he missed his opportunity to get the shots into the T-32. He does get one into the TNH, but he's in the wrong spot. You should be further south, where the SMV and the LT-432 are. I cannot stress it highly enough. This map, which I've seen a lot of just recently, players get distracted by all the pretty things that they can shoot at across the center line. The idea is to actually get down to the far end as quickly as you can before the enemy can do the same to you in reverse by going up the east side of the map. Now that TNH is down to a one shot, but they just lost their AMBT, the other AMBT in their team. He got taken out by the T-32 using his gun depression. And again, there's nothing that Photobomber can do here. He's now stuck. There's no tanks for him to shoot at. What he really needs to be is further south. It looks like he's thinking about it. Come on. Get a move on. There's nothing to shoot at here. So, you know, don't get distracted by just seeing the cupola of that tank come into view. Just move further south. He's even looking at that Barask. He's over the center line. He's up in the north. And our guys are taking him on. It looks like he's just been hit badly, that Barask. Yep, and he's gone. He's out the game. But unfortunately, we did lose one of our tanks. We lost our Scorpion G to the T-32. The LT-432 is going back to help. But what we need to be at this moment is further south. Further south to put pressure on the enemy. There's still a Scorpion G supposedly somewhere over by the railway line. But we could get shots on those TNH 105 1000s if we can move far enough over. Okay, the SMV's taken up a defensive position. We need to be in those bushes a bit further over. We don't want to get spotted by the TNHs, but we do want to spot that Scorpion G the moment he comes into sight. The SMV, the enemy's lost their M40, so they have nobody there spotting for them. Unfortunately, we just lost the SMV CC67 to the T-32 again. It's another tank by that T-32. It's got 4 kills now, that guy. Oh, and there's the Scorpion G. So he is over this side, but we just can't see him. He hits in the tracks. The LT-432 is coming south to help us. He'll spot the Scorpion. We just can't see him at the moment. He's out spotting us. I have a feeling he blind fired into that bush because we weren't spotted at the moment we got hit. Okay, the LT-432's come south. Now he should be able to find out where that Scorpion G is. Let's have a quick look. We're repositioning ourselves, getting that 105mm round ready. LT's having a quick look. Moved across the road. He's found him. There he is. Oh, he's close. He was sitting in the bush near the cap area. And he's out with just 2 rounds. So the LT did his job again. Another nice load of spotting. And I believe the TNH 105 1000s are actually coming further south to try and counter us. What they'll try and do is probably get into the low ground between us and the center. There's one of them. No. That one did, though. And that was the T-32 as well. That's the important target, because he's the one with the large number of kills. There's one of the TNHs. Nice shot. Left him on only 12 hit points. In fact, they're both on minimal, but we've been spotted. Ow! Didn't turn quickly enough. One round went into the tracks. The other one did pen. So they now know where we are, and they can use the low ground to approach us without us being able to spot them. Got to let those rounds go in, though. The penalty of being an auto reloader. There is the possibility that Scorpion's over by the railway line, though. There's the plainclothes Scorpion. Now, they'll probably try and come up by the low ground. That's what I anticipate they'll do. It's the easiest thing to do. And the enemy just lost their Scorpion G up in the north. He's having a quick look round. Oh, there's one of them. It's the one with the more hit points. That's 94 hit points. The other one's only got 12 hit points. He's a one-shot. And they're both one-shots, actually. Oh, he just got taken out. So there's only one left now, and it's this guy. And there's the kill shot that kills the TNH 105 1000s. And the kill shot went to the Scorpion G, who took out that other TNH for us on the move as he was headed south. Okay, so now we've got the advantage. It's 3 versus 2. Well, we don't know where the Scorpion is. We know that T-32 was seen up near the center line, but we're not certain that he's there. Scorpion G and the LT-432 in the low ground next to the ridge lines. Photobomber's using the bush, but his view range is only 380 meters. The Scorpion could be down at the bottom end next to the railway line, in the bushes down there. The LT-432 is going to do a quick run down the tree line. Here he goes. Oh, he got taken out, and it was the Scorpion who found him, and he's up near the center line. And our Scorpion takes him out, and the enemy T-32 takes our Scorpion G out. So it's now a one-on-one, where we know the T-32 must be north of the center line. Can't be anywhere else. He would have been spotted by the LT-432s this side of the center line. So Photobomber's running for the cap as quickly as possible. That's what he's been told to do by the AMX 65 ton. He's trying to go to the far end to avoid getting shot at. And look at that, the T-32 started capping as well. So he's capping for a draw at the moment, hoping we'll stay in the cap and we'll both draw at the same level. But Photobomber wants the win, so he's going to drive far north as fast as he can. Top speed 40 kilometers an hour in this tank. Now we know from the hit points that the T-32's only got 683, whilst Photobomber's got 795. Now, given that the T-32 probably has the 90mm gun, he's got the 320 Alpha, whereas Photobomber's got 360. He can fire 2 shots and take out the enemy T-32, and Photobomber can take 3 shots from the enemy, or at least not 3 shots in total. I think 2 shots he could take, but if he's lucky... No, he's not going to spot him in the center line. You need to keep moving. Only 380 meters view range, and that's more than 380 meters from the center line. It's actually about 400. There he is, and the rock's in the way, and he knows he's been spotted, so we're going to have to keep moving further north, and the clock's running down. We're in the last minute now. There he is. Okay, we've got the bushes in our favour. 2 shots to win the game. Oh, he ricocheted off. Oh no, he fired the 3rd one blind. And we take 1 round from the T-32, but I don't think he's got enough time to reload. And the clock's going to run out. He took 2 rounds from the T-32, but it's a draw. It all came down to that last shell that ricocheted off the T-32 because he was at the wrong angle. He angled himself correctly to avoid the shell penetrating. But if he had got that last shell in, he would have won the game with only a few seconds to spare because the clock was ticking down and he didn't have enough time to auto-reload and get another shell in the breach. So sadly, it was a draw. They ran out of time. A second-class tanker for Photobomber in the AMBT. That's the best he's managed to do. First second-class tanker he's actually had because he's got the scrolls underneath. He also got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than hit points for his own vehicle. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. An Artist because he set light to one of the enemy tanks and watched it burn up. That was the Black Dog right at the start of the game. A Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. And a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 7. He did get a Battle Hero medal. He got the Defender medal in this one. And he also got a win rate of 4,067, which is Super Unicum level. Let's have a look at the team score. Didn't get the highest damage in the game. That actually went to the Scorpion G on his team with 3,246 hit points. Second highest damage went to the Scorpion G on the enemy team with 3,176. But he did get the 3rd highest damage on the team with 2,963 overall. When it came to kills, it was the T-32 on the enemy team came out on top with 5 kills. 4 kills went to the Scorpion G and the AMBT on his, to Photobomber on his team. And 3 kills went to the Scorpion G on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's actually the LT432 did the best. He was doing a huge amount of spotting. 6,284. He actually picked up a patrol duty during that game and a win rate of 2281. He was doing a very good job on spotting side. Unfortunately, it didn't work out so well for him in the end because he did get taken out. But he did, at least he found out where the enemy were and we got sight of them towards the end of the game. Yes, so he got the highest base XP with 851. The second highest base XP went to one of the TNH 105 1000s with 643, and he picked up a patrol duty as well. And the other one, the Barask, managed to pick up 637 base experience points, and he got a patrol duty as well. So 2 enemy tanks with patrol duties, only 1 tank on our team with a patrol duty, I'm afraid. The Shrek on our team managed to get a Confederate, and the ELC M90 on our team, oh, he got a patrol duty. So there was lots of patrol duties given away in that game. 2 on either side, so I was wrong there. Anyway, let's have a look at detail. 18 shots fired, 13 direct hits on the enemy, 10 penetrations, 2,963 hit points, all of it, not all of it, 2,486 of which were at more than 300 meters. So he's doing a lot of long-range engagements, not so many short-range engagements. 5 hits received from the enemy, 3 of them penetrated, 2 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash. Unfortunately, as I said, the armor is one of the weaknesses of this tank. They've actually reduced the size and reduced the weight, and it's the armor that they've taken off, and that makes this fairly vulnerable. 320 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 4 of them, and did 94 hit points of damage resistance, and he got 85 defense points when he reset the cap. On a premium count, he earned 69,840 credits from the game, 34,920 from personal reserves, 40,000 for completing a mission, 10,800 for courageous resistance for getting a medal in a losing or drawn game, 155,560 credits altogether. And even though he fired a lot of premium ammo, he still came out with a profit of 48,980 credits. But if he'd actually played this on a free-to-play account, he would have made a loss, mainly down to the fact that he was firing nothing but premium. 895 XP, 552 for Courageous Resistance, 145 for this being a premium vehicle, and 1,447 from personal reserves. Took away 3,040 experience points altogether. He says this is close but no cigar. Well, it's close but no moniker in my book. As you know, I've often said that you just have to substitute the cigar for moniker from now on, to Bill Clinton's ever shame. Yes, what a waste of a good cigar. Well, from some people's point of view anyway. But yes, this is quite an interesting tank, but I think Photobomber could have played it better if he pushed harder and got down to the far end, found out where the enemy tanks were, and then took advantage of them whilst they were sitting down up at the centre line. He could have shot at them from a little further back, and there's not a lot they could have done about it because they would have been easily taken out. What with the fact that we actually did have enough players on our team at one point to actually punish them, but we let the lead get away from us, so to speak, I think you can say, in this game, and unfortunately it led to that that last second shot which ricocheted off the T-32. Photobomber must have been kicking himself when the clock ran out just a second or so later, because if that round had hit target, he definitely would have won the game. So, if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.